It's Madden NFL 23, and all eyes are on the Monarchs' superstar cornerback. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Monarchs and the Ravens, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the London Monarchs and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And a look at the man under center. Now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught here by Adams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
2nd and 13. Steps away. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That goes for a gain of 31. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. But graduate the Naval Academy, back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Monarchs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Mullins. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A little bit of daylight on that first down run. Sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Hey, check that, street.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Ready, set. Check.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Bronco switch.
Up the middle they go. It's Mullins, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover.
And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown. A great effort there. 73 yards. And the Monarchs are once again back in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to throw now on first down. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll be taken down at the 22-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Dancing to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Mullins. Touchdown! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
He'll buy some time right. And one more time, that's Watkins.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offensive.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
19. 18 Bradley. 18 Bradley. 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So a little late drama in the first half as that kick will give them the lead in the intermission.
Isn't this fun the way that this is unfolding? You're exactly right. The late drama, 3 points go up on the board, and we go into the half with a new leader.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Alert! Check!
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Out of the gun now on third down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On second down, Church, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, so much for holding them to a field goal. The pressure they got home on the previous play didn't here. And that bought their quarterback some time to find a receiver, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down. Church. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports.
Okay, break.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He'll try again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Monarchs will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The point after is good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Graves. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. 20. And he will score. Touchdown. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Slant to Adams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd and 2. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And Matthews makes the grab. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Unlock line! Unlock line!
Back to throw here. Left side, caught by Matthews. He's got room at the 30. Still going. And all the way in
for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
Again, helping partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens offense back out there. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They're going to look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Pat the street! Pat the street! Ready?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Long. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion,
come on.
And that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Right there, right there.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, check that. Street.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season.
And the Monarchs are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
On the ball now.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And this is hauled in by Matthews. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Back to throw now on first down. He finds Matthews. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught at the 2. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds well shy of the goal line. And the try for 2, unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.